Good morning, everybody. How are you? It is friggin' hot down here. Lucy's not in this room. She's in the other room because it's a little too hot. She's a little too hot. She needs to cool off. This room has a tendency to get a little warm, especially with the computer and some of the other stuff I have going on in here. So, what's new? Shutdown's probably over. They say they got a few days to fix things and everything like that. And they're blaming the Democrats for everything, And the Democrats went out and increased the sale of KY jelly because it just bent over and got stuck up the ass because they just caved. These 8 people caved. And yeah, it would have been harder on people, especially with the holidays coming, but trust me, they would have stormed the Republican caucuses. They would have gone to these guys' houses if they screwed up Thanksgiving. Now, speaking of Thanksgiving, you've got the Secretary of the Treasury who wants to get air traffic controllers back to work. Not the Secretary of the Treasury, Transportation Secretary wants to get the air traffic controllers back to work and get everything back to speed. And from what I understand, that's going to take a few days no matter what they do. And so Headsworth, the alcoholic that's in charge of our war department, said, hey, I got a few guys standing around, traffic controllers, I'll send them to you. Well, the problem with that is that you have to be certified in the area you're in, and they have to be used to heavy traffic. And these guys aren't. I know who they are. I know what they're doing. They're just not used to real heavy traffic and the pressure that job brings with it. So if they're brought in and they're put in certain areas, the possibility of an accident, catastrophic mistake or something happening go up 100-fold. But they don't care. And they want to blame the Democrats for the whole mess. Now, I don't know what the Democrats can do down the road, but they better do something. Because Trump believes he's all powerful. Trump doesn't even believe he's a king. Trump thinks he's a god. He thinks he's so much smarter than everybody in the room, and trust me, I know I can bring 100 people to Washington tomorrow that are smarter than he is. All right? And I can bring 2 people that I know, okay, that are better at making deals than Trump is. Trump wouldn't know what hit him if he tried to make a deal with these people. Trust me. That's, Donnie, what can I tell you? So being over, I don't know about that. Weird game last night, 10-7. That wasn't even cold. That was just ridiculous. There's articles that, Rogers got in a fight. There's articles about this and that. And these are those fake art. A lot of them are fake articles, so I don't know what to do. Trying to figure out some other things right now. I'm under pressure to accomplish a lot of things this week. Don't know whether I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to give it my best shot. You know what I mean? So what else can I tell you? All right, I'm going to go to a news channel right now because I'm not. CNN is not really. Oh, here goes another Trump great diplomatic move where he pissed off some people. The Dutch officials rebuked Trump at a mission over a removal of Black World War II vet memorials. That's the shit Germany pulled. Yeah, one announcer says that uh, the Democrats snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. That's just, Giuliani got pardoned. There's a guy that should be disbarred and locked up. Never mind pardoned. He didn't really pardon them because they weren't charged with federal crimes. So I don't know how he gets in. I guess they can do whatever he can. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. Oh man. A couple prosecutors resigned, screwing up the attorney general's plans. Those 8 people, I think 2 of them aren't running again. It's probably a good thing. A couple of presidential hopefuls are blasting the Democratic shutdown deal. They had it. All they had to do was wait 4 or 5 days. So Americans suffered for 4 or 5 days. They'd figure it out. People would get to help them, and then you'd have him on the short hairs. But no, you can't do that. Oh man, 2 of them aren't getting reelected, which makes no sense to me. They're just selling out. They're probably getting jobs or getting paid something someplace along the line. These guys are just, I don't know. "76 other people besides Giuliani." And I said it yesterday, if you're Republican, you're not going to be in jail. Only Democrats, blacks, and other people of color. Another former January 6th defendant was charged with kidnapping and aggravated assault. Just aggravated assault. Okay. It's about 3 or 4 of those guys that have had that happen to them. They're nice people. He paroled them, by the way. He turned them loose. I wonder if he can be sued for that. Oh, he can't be sued for anything right now. Well, maybe the government can be sued. Trump wants a white America. I want a Trumpless America. How's that, huh? Get rid of that meatball. I don't understand. There's got to be some really, this is like, when Lyndon Baines Johnson was pushing the anti-segregation stuff through and everything, and he was considered one of the most powerful politicians in the United States, even before he became president, he had something on everybody. And I think this guy Stephen Miller has something on everybody, And I think the sooner that they can get things like the Epstein tapes, Epstein, whatever you want to call them, tapes out there, and find out exactly who's got what on who, and maybe then we can get some real government going. Oh, me. He said the latest golden addition to Trump's decorating is cheapens the White House. I said, you can't get any more. I told you what I... Going down to the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, which was supposed to be this glorious place, was the most depressing place I've ever been in Atlantic City. I mean, I've been in gambling halls, I've been in back rooms playing cards, you know, I've been sitting in bad bars and everything else. This is just absolutely probably the worst shit I've ever seen, you know? Is what his decorating skills and what he likes. I don't know if his apartment in Manhattan looks like that, but I guess it could possibly be that way. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen pictures of it. The one he used to have in Trump Towers. But he is a scumbag, and you know, he worships money. You know, he goes, money, 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 money. I gotta have money, more money, more money, more money. Well, okay, hold on a minute. What's going on here? God damn that. They do that all the time to me. Trump downplaying the voter concerns about the economy because he doesn't give a shit about you, okay? This is a man that has never in his life, you know, even some of these other rich people that are involved in politics and whatnot, at one point in time in their life they might have struggled, you know, before they got to where they are today. Trump never struggled, you know. As far as anybody can tell, his father paid for him to go, paid for his way through school. I mean, paid, you know, so that, you know. And he's out there, he's killing people again. The UK suspends intel with the US over boat strikes. That just because the wrong people are getting killed, you know. They can't prove that the boats are on their way to America, so I don't know why they're blowing them out of the water. You leave from Brazil and you get a fast boat. I think you have to be refueled someplace along the line. Who's this? Where was this guy? Does anybody know? Oh no, it's Indonesia. I'm not really gonna get upset about that. People are asking Ronaldo if he's going to retire. I don't know. Who cares? I never really was fond of him. He's I don't know what the term is. He takes advantage of people in the game during the game, you know, and he's lazy. He doesn't play defense at all most of the time. Hegseth is pushing the qualified women out of the military, which means there's some unqualified people in positions in the military too. he's putting us in a hard. This administration's putting us in a horrible position on the defense level, and I don't know if we'll ever recover from it, or if we'll recover from it before it's too late. Border agents are leaving Chicago. They have a Great Lake there. I think there's border agents in Chicago all the time because of the Great Lakes. $50-year mortgage. That's insurance companies will be paying that. Say to be able to afford a house, you're in your early 20s. 50 puts you into your 70s. Which means that you have to work until you're in your 70s to pay the mortgage off unless you're very rich. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, how you guys doing anyhow? God, I'm running overtime today because I'm bored. Because it's all political bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the Democrats sold out. Yeah, so did everybody else along the line, someplace or another. Politics is the art of compromise, and now Trump doesn't compromise; he buys. You know. And by the way, he's getting richer and richer every day, so I don't know where he's stealing all the money from, but you know, something has to happen soon, and I'm afraid of what it's going to be. All right, listen, I'm done for the day. Tuesday, November. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Listen, God bless you, all you veterans out there. You know, every last one of you. You should have free health insurance for life, but you don't get that, you know. That's not just Trump, that's the Democrats, the Republicans, that's the politicians. America don't give a shit about the soldiers when they come back. You know, most of the time, back in the old days, the guys that weren't desirables. They were the rough and tumble boys before the like World War II and Korea and all that came along, where we had to get men. Now, if you go into the service, you're not a dumb little boy, you know, because of the stuff they use now, the technology that's there. So you have to have some brains. All right, look, that's it for me. Definitely, you know, see a veteran, say thank you to him. And then if you could please hit the subscribe button today, I would appreciate it. If not, yeah, maybe tomorrow. Meantime, take care.